Yeah, it's right on us.
It's only when it blows it makes me cold.
All right, all right, all right. I hope y'all talked about books and poetry, made friends with people, or enemies, but like, low-key enemies, to just where you write snarky poems about each other. That's fine. For round two, we are going to start off again with Julie. So everybody put your hands together for Julie.
This is called Empty Smile. You get your joy honestly. It's been passed down for years. Generations of happiness. We've cried only happy tears. I try almost effortlessly to be cheery and smile. But there's just one thing I've wondered for a while. When my smile fades, will it melt with the sun? Will it ever come back when I'm 101? My darling sweet thing, use your gift now. Show the whole world and then take a bow. Conclusions aren't answers, only more to inquire. Wait for the dismount, you must be so tired. Silver spoons and dead balloons, she's doomed to never make it. Descending from that royal tower, her happiness, she faked it. All alone with her own thoughts, shouldn't be anywhere but here, covering her handsome eyes so that no one sees her tears. And now the train is moving, but the girl is standing still. She missed her second chance, now dreams of a windowsill. If anyone could lift her up, perhaps she wouldn't crumble. With the hero's hand to rescue, would likely make her humble. Overpriced protection as she maneuvers through the streets. No expected violence, but preparedness can't be beat. If one day she fares well, she may escape this game. The real world doesn't want her, in her midst they all declaim. Tattered clothes and dusty shoes, not flourished on bread and water. Empty plate and growling gut, begging for clean water. Under a bridge, he set up camp, as passers-by ignore him. One day, though, he'll stand up tall and make the world implore him, asking please to cure disease, to open the gates to Zion. All I'll get from this jaded man is the promise I'll never tie in. Money passed as worthless gold for those who cannot use it. Property is too ill-fitting for those who don't abuse it. So now he'll return to the old life he knows, going back to home sweet home, where he doesn't feel confined in.
One more time for Julie. Yeah. So the book that Julie was reading from is available for purchase. She doesn't have any copies, but she can lead you to the source where you can buy copies.
I'm going to try to bring copies next time.
Yeah, I've got a copy at home. I haven't read it yet, but it's gorgeous. And the cover, I think she painted. You painted that?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Sure. Okay, round two, number 2, we got Meredith. Everybody, Meredith's coming on up.
Hello. And yes, the cover is gorgeous. Okay. This first one is called Slice of Heaven. How do you grieve something that only reveals its teeth behind closed doors? I feel wrong for dropping tears on the cake when some only get a piece, if any. What they don't know, though, is that this cake is full of everything my body rejects. How much pain it has caused just by holding it in my hands. The blisters are starting to burst. My fingers are unable to be closed. Cuffs of my shirt ripping through skin. The melody that haunts my waking almost coming to an end. Okay, so this one, I'm not going to get into all of the lore, but I had had to give a speech at my high school graduation. My senior year was very eventful, and I grew up in an incredibly small town. That will tell you everything you need to know as of now. Okay, graduation speech, what I wanted to say. I had 2 separate speeches prepared, one of which I knew I never had the guts to read, and the one that was respectful and expected. Of course, I took the safe route. What I really wanted to say was, in a world full of hate, where do you turn? Sometimes it is the people closest to you that let you down the most, and sometimes it is the entirety of your surroundings. The same faces that invited you into their homes speak words that claim to be in love can quickly be retracted with disgust, disappointment. Most of you sitting in this room allowed me to see your true form, and for that, I thank you. To say that I would miss this would be a lie. In truth, I will sprint as far away as possible and refuse to return, never looking back. Recent reactions have made me question everything, and not in the way in which some of you hoped for. We are all capable of making our own decisions, despite judgment and exile. It is not your duty to judge. We are meant to live in love and without judgment as He intended. The recent topic of discussion speaks volumes on the character of this community. In a town where word spreads like wildfire, I am confident this does not need any explanation. I was given a platform and this needed to be addressed. To my fellow graduates, do not live for anyone but yourself despite the ridicule. Let it fuel your fire. Be authentically you and live in your truth. For those of you that were projecting your fears, disgust, and hate upon me, I forgive you. Not for you, but for me and all those that will come after me. My hope for you is to live in love and with compassion. May you continue to grow and become self-aware. After all, mistakes are the greatest teachers. Okay, last one. The question I didn't mean to ask. What to do, what to do. You flipped my perspective, made me pause, question everything I thought was concrete. A different life maybe, a different time. The moment I saw you, something shifted. The world, once settled, softened. I tried to look away when you smiled, tried to swat the butterflies from my head. The words just kept flowing. You're so genuine, and we share so much. The warmth your soul gives off, I wanted to bask in a little longer, stretch that moment into a lifetime. I wanted this, to know your perfect imperfections, what makes you laugh, what's made you cry. But I didn't want this. My life is already drawn in ink, plans set in motion, promises made. This can't be real. It shouldn't be. Once you were out of sight, the butterflies dissolved. My smile, once wide, now ached in your absence. Joy sagged in something like sorrow. I couldn't sleep until I sent the truth. An apology for silence, for pretending, for not wanting to shatter the magic. I just wanted to exist in that flicker of a moment where the world felt different. But maybe it wasn't just a moment. Maybe it was an answer. Days before, I asked the universe for a sign to show me if I was still on the right path with the life I've built. We've been through too much to ignore, and lately something's felt off. Like holding my breath in a room I used to call home. Then came you. Effortlessly, sudden. Now I don't know whether to accept everything I've known. I find myself longing to rewind, to start the day over, to spend it with you again. see your smile for the first time, hear your voice revealed like a song I didn't know I missed, watch your walls lower, see you settle into yourself. I hope my honesty didn't come at your expense, but now I find myself wondering, when can I see you again? What does this mean about me? Why did this spark shake something loose? Why did I feel so seen, so moved, so alive? Is this normal? To feel so much while setting in abundance? Am I as certain as I thought? It's not fair. Not to them, not to the life we've built, not to the version of me who thought that they knew their heart entirely.
All right, Meredith. That book, I think everybody's getting hyped for it, right? We're all pumped for that. My man Eric here, he wrote his name like he did the first time, and he was like, he's not going to be able to read that. I'm going to write it more legibly. And he did that. So I appreciate you, Eric. Put your hands together.
Okay, a lot of talks and books tonight. I would like to one day come out with my own book, the title of which is Stolen Bikes Ride Faster. So I'm going to read the prelude, which is effectively a short story where that title comes from, and then the first poem from the book, which is long, so please bear with me. Stolen Bikes Ride Faster. We're on the front porch of someone's steps, an old friend. Cigarettes were almost out of ashes. The pot of coffee was burning because we forgot to remove it after taking the last sip. Front porch. The bugs and flies were clinging to the lights, while our circle of friends were all clinging to each other's words. Everything we said back then was interesting. We were so damn interesting. The most clever. They were discussing a party they had gone to on the East Coast I had not attended myself the weekend prior. They were giving someone in the circle grief because they were drunk and traveling from party to party on the pedals of stolen bikes. Each house he would find a new one nearby. I asked why they kept stealing bikes instead of walking. His reply, because stolen bikes ride faster. Each word punctuated and enunciated fully, eyes beady with inebriation. A sort of self-worth not deserved in the moment but felt noted for later. Something about it stuck with me. Not the stealing of the bikes, I have too much of a guilty conscience for that, due to growing up in a volatile household built by matchsticks and kerosene hugs. No, I think it was having a decision, making it, and then living with the results. What you're about to read is a collection over what is close to 2 decades of thoughts, poems, and moments, lightly edited for clarity's sake, shortened for you, the reader, delayed more than I would have wanted. Nonetheless, I hope you find in these pages the same spirit. The spirit of a kid who wanted to live the most out of life as quickly as possible, consequences be damned. The spirit of stolen bikes and how they ride faster. So, if I ever come out with that book, I'll let you all know. And then hopefully I'll get a few pre-orders from it. Did anybody read Calvin and Hobbes as a kid? Alright, the title of this poem is pulled straight from one of them. Again, this is long, but I'll try to make it quick. The title, If Business Was as Good as My Aim, I'd be on Easy Street by now. Oh, high school love, oh, high school crush, break the rest of my bones, I've yet to have enough. Getting bloody kisses, black in my eyes, whether from lack of sleep or swinging a fist. Can't say it's from lack of trying, I saw it coming. Couldn't get out of the way quick enough. Feet turned into concrete to sediment to dust. I don't deserve the radio like a daily talk show. Watch me complain about nothing. Watch me be so bored I'll fall in love with anyone. Because the message from the dashboard is becoming delayed. Entangled wires melting from teen heat. Conversations will not be conceived as promises are received. Watch us spread out all of our toxins. Disasters festering in our pores. Like madmen with guns, like kids suffering from gyroscophobia. Let's impale ourselves on the mast of these sinking ships. Oh, Captain, I think I had my hands full. Oh, Captain, where are the tools to fix my weary spine? No longer containing the bravery to do anything. No longer able to build with my hands a city so glorious. So pretty. It might keep me busy, but I can't invent what I don't intend. I can't decide your fate while the gods are still rearranging mine. Used to think it wouldn't matter. Isn't the universe already set in stone? But I still turn the hairs in my head gray in this fast-paced guessing game. If destiny is already decided, then how is it God is okay with this next cigarette? I hope it leaves me more patient and secure. I hope the nicotine storms my brain. I think I ought to try again. I've recently suffered from night terrors. Pupils already dilated, no relations to a man-made drug. No, I'm fairly certain this one was designed by a woman so caring and grateful, yet she poisons my veins with her indecision. Is it her legs that beg me to make another mixtape? Is it her eyes that beg me to see the other side? The bridesmaid missed the bouquet once again. Can you find the irony in this sentence? The dreams we have foolproof... Oh my God, I just lost everything. Hold on. Okay. The bridesmaid missed the bouquet once again. Can you find the irony in the sentence? The dreams we have foolproof are falling through the cracks in our smiles. Nobody has seen my face in at least a week. Nothing will bring me more pleasure than catching the devil at his favorite bar. I'll best him, convince him to buy it all around. Then I'll promise him in turn he just calms the crowd. I'll sneak him to a corner of the room and ask him with all good intentions, is there a quicker way to fame? Then I'll place a 6-shooter on the table filled up with 5 and see if he's willing to test his luck. As he grins and smirks, I want him to hold that gun like he is praying. Even he knows better than a fight with destiny. The gods are against him just like they be for me. But we grin and bear it. Like the devil with shots of southern comfort lining his stomach, who had some wise-ass kid look in the eye and convince him. Even he is afraid of something. Let's admit to what keeps us up at night. Like locks on the doors to keep out people who all want of our junk, who we only call them treasures because we don't know any better. The metal bars on the windows to keep out the wind as it sinks into our skin, because even weather has different plans than ours. Like a blanket for safekeeping on the beaches of the south, as rain clouds come in the same time every day. I guess the tourists didn't know any better. Yeah, I didn't know any better, because I'm scared out of my mind of being alone. Yeah, I guess so. We all are. Oh, we are all alone. We don't all die alone. Sometimes it feels like it. I know we have good friends. I know God is forever listening. The devil plays with his handgun, kids sleep with teddy bears, and women sleep in beds with men they love. What do I have in my bed but a room full of excuses? I didn't know what I was doing. Sorry, I didn't make you feel wanted. I'm sorry, I couldn't make you smile the way he did. Sorry, I let my insecurities overwhelm me. Sorry, I couldn't tell what was alarming. Sorry, I was such a heavy soul. Sorry, I've used up all the breath that was lingering in my throat. Sorry, I broke my teeth on other girls made out of diamonds. Sorry, I burned up the tongue with cliches. Sorry, I never offered more than just friends. Sorry for the drinks and never letting go of the past. Sorry for the cigarette smoke, I know you wanted peppermint lungs. Sorry, I never picked you flowers from that goddamn garden. Sorry. Sorry for all the times I had to say I'm sorry. One last time will you remind me why you let me live? Is it the innocence I strive to keep, the secrets I dream whenever you're kind enough to finally let me sleep? Is it the way I never let myself break, these scars that I expand just to show others it could be worse? I'll be your walking, wounded, waltzing martyr. I'll lead a life my father would be proud of. I'll quit drowning in my sorrows. I'll smash my last cigarette in the lining of this window frame. I'll put all the bottles back in their cabinet. I'll go to bed early. I'll lay there until the sun rises. I'll do anything if you settle on letting me. I'll repent for my broken heart. I'll call this failure an art. Because no one could bleed as pretty as me. Stronger man admitted he couldn't even do it. Because no other soul could drain like I have and still walk around in public. A lesser man would have been a ghost by now. But I stand in the pouring rain as lightning strikes the sidewalk beneath my skin. That tornado that brings trees to their knees. I slept through it so softly. That flood that broke my basement turned my bed into a sailboat. The sheets that caught the wind and carried me into my dreams. I'm happy with who I am because I know that you would do it for me. Would you do this for me?
My man Eric. Wow. Next up, it looks like we have somebody who was not in our first round. Got somebody new to the mic right now. Everybody put your hands together for Ivy. Yeah.
This is very impromptu, so just bear with me. This first poem is called Azalea. I'll start out simple, ready to bloom with your care again. I've come back to you more experienced than then. I found a fondness in your water. I bloom, I thrive, I give you beauty. Then you forget the need and move on to prettier things. I wilt, leaving my leaves. You find your way back to me after all my agony. You climb in to nurture me, but I instinctively refuse to believe. I craft a plan to burn and itch you, one you'd never be able to conceive. Come to me again tomorrow. I shall do again what you lack to see. This is called Voices. They were loud, I could not hear. Smiles and laughter created only for a night. A complete cry for help, I could not stand to tell. It was hard, too much to stand, holding on to such a small, small hand. The pain it brings to love what is not yours, knowing everyone she loved had words. Words to inflict, words to omit. Hands that were hurting, never to heal. We do it over and over again between the feels. Knowing those we help never truly heal. She turns a cheek, lacks all trust. Where will she be when she leaves these halls? Who will save her from those who try to part? Leaving because of shame, for upon them they were done the same. The halls grow quiet, on she moves. I cry out yearning, where will she go? Who will care when the despair she carries is once again filled with hallways of laughter and smiles? This is called The Walk So Thin. The home is small, the walkway thin. Into the mobile home, I travel again. Roaches all around, I hold my breath, lest the air make me vomit again. Yet the laughter carries through, the electric and water barely there. A fridge that won't cool, a heart that won't heal. Laundry piled up to the ceiling, Paw Patrol on the big screen. An eviction notice for all to see, held by a magnet from 1993. Cigarette smoke fills the air, a small lung struggles so very, very clear. Can't you help? A voice cracks faint. Who am I, a goddamn saint? I say I'll try, in reality I know. I'll cry when I return to my palace compared, a reality never known to those in despair. The children laugh as I leave. All in all, love is all they need. Poverty isn't vain, it's misconstrued with blame.
Nice.
One more time, Ivy, y'all. Next up, we've got Sherry Coomer, y'all.
You know what I'm gonna read?
Yeah. Wearing my jacket, okay.
That's because I'm old and I'm cold. Give me a break. I don't even know what I'm gonna read, so I'll just open it and read something. This one starts with words from a song by Emily Sayers. She's one of the Indigo Girls. The evil ego and the vice of pride. Is there ever anything else that makes us take our different sides? What seems so complicated can really be so simple. We're created from love, in order to be loved. A master plan so grand, so simple. And the journey, oh so short, while also never ending. The journey is in each breath, in each beat, in each thought, in each poem. I hope your journey in love. All right. It's not prepared exactly. I work in jails a lot. This one's called Answered Questions. The orange prison sandal sits in the visitation window. 3 weeks now it's been there. So many questions. Have there been no other visits? Nah. Do they ever clean here? Nah. Is there ever any joy here? Mm-mm. Does despair have a scent? Yes. Alright. I remember other years, other trees, other fears. I remember past times, past warmth, past lives. I remember older cars, older friends, older stars. I remember feeling cold, feeling warm, feeling bold. I remember being rested, being tired, being invested. I remember.
All right, Sherry Coomer. Yeah. She made them and they're delicious.
They're amazing.
We got one more person on the list unless there's anybody who wants to put their name on it real quick. Okay. Everybody put your hands together. Amanda Gardner.
Eric signed me up and I just want it on record. I'm gonna get you back for this. This one is a very short one. Just some context. Long time ago, I fell out with a friend, and then more recently, I had a crush that didn't work out. Both of those situations, I wrote some poems, and then I decided, okay, I'm done writing anymore. I'm not gonna cry anymore. And then I ended up doing it anyway. So this one is just a quick little thing about that. It's called Did I Say? Did I say I wouldn't write about you anymore? Did I say I wouldn't cry? Did I say that? Oh, how foolish of me. We all know that was a lie. I've read this one here before. It's called Smile. They call me cheerful, they think me bubbly, but there's so much I'll never let them see. They only know my happiest. They'll never guess my struggle with depression. They call me positive, but they don't see me weep. They've never seen me sob myself to sleep and wake up puffy-faced from the night's tears. They'd never guess my loneliness and fears. I try to embody encouragement, for them at least. One of us should make it. It just won't be me. Trapped inside myself, I'm actually nihilistic. Nothing really matters. I'm just being realistic. I was born a dreamer, all believing, but life has sent too much grieving, too much pain and too much sorrow, with little chance of less of it tomorrow. And I have struggled with this for quite a while, but they would never know it from the way I smile. This one is called I'm Still Trying to Believe in Love. I'm still trying to believe in love, and I don't mean the love of doting parents, or the bond of cherished siblings, or the connections among dear friends. I mean an infinity could not hold the weight of what I feel for you kind of love. And I give you all of me for the rest of my days kind of love. And it's hard to breathe when you're not with me kind of love. The kind of love that spills forth poetry, the kind of love that turns the mundane into romance, the kind of love that sees starlight in every second of existence. A love so entire it knows every freckle, a love so deep it has no borders, no finite boundaries. A love so dazzlingly bright it banishes the dark and shadows bow before it. I'm still trying to believe in love. because I've dreamed of finding it for longer than I can even remember dreaming, because those dreams have only ever found loneliness and disappointment. I think I've given up on it, stopped believing it exists, or if it does, that it would ever be for me. But some part of me must believe it's real, must be holding on to hope, because I'm still waiting, still wishing, still dreaming in defiance of reality.
Man, one more time for Amanda Gardner. I'm gonna take us home with a couple poems. Wait till you hear it. This first one is an outline poem. I can show it to you later. It's an abstract outline. And it's called Miles and Coltrane, an outline. 1. Miles Davis wanted the notes to breathe. A. Told John Coltrane he played too many. 1. Left him off, there is no greater love. 2. This after magic round midnight. A. Which was recorded 3 weeks earlier. B. But wouldn't come out for another year. 1. Contract dispute between record labels. B. But the two made monumental albums. 1. From 1955 to 59. A. Including the masterpiece, Kind of Blue. 1. Which was a departure from his hard bop. 2. Relying on modality and mood. B. Miles slowed the pace and John let the notes breathe. C. They recorded Blue Bliss in 2 sessions. 2. Coltrane left Miles and took some giant steps. A. Stepping over lesser player writers. B. High stepping to the dog walk. C. Stabs in and out of the pocket like knives. D. Blue sheets of sound rippling in red wind. E. Thelonious Monk taught him 3-on-1. 1. Chord approach, which let him appreciate. 2. 3 chords with breakneck speed at the same time. A. Often sounding like cat-quick glissando. 1. Even his diminished scales were prayers. F. Coltrane stuffed in notes like extra toppings. 1. He had to use unevenness for fit. 2. He wanted to get in all of the chords. G. Untethered from the junk, a hummingbird. Thank you. Have y'all ever heard of the meat shower?
Yes.
Boy, do you have some Wikipediaing to do tonight. Here's a little poem I wrote about it. It's called Kentucky Meat Shower. It's lunchtime, March 3rd, 1876. Miss Crouch is on her front porch, making her own soap, loving the clear skies, until the meat fell and kept falling. She said it was snowing meat. It slaps earth and moist snaps. No one's sure what caused the rain, which was thought to be lung chunks, connected tissue, and stripped cartilage. Some thought it was vulture barf, but Miss Crouch knew it was a sign from God. I can't count. I got one more poem. Let's see here. Let's go with this one. This one, goes back to my thievery of pages 666 from various hotel Bibles from all across these great United States and Canada. This is called Spider in the Corner. Proverbs. The proverbs sit like bile and ice cream bite. There's something sweet there, but it's been poisoned. Soured, outdated candy, razor blade inside, ready for the throat. Exodus. The river was blood. It stank. The fish all drowned. Moses bloodies his staff, shifts to the end. The unseen giver takes back your firstborn. Old ways get lost in brisk winds. Holy dictation serves the one serving. The translations where we see what we want. Watch the spider make the web, we'll find new. All right, listen, it is fucking beautiful. We are all here for poetry. Each and every one of you are here because the word matters, and that makes my heart so big. I really appreciate each and every one of you, especially the ones brave enough to get up here and share a part of yourself that is very vulnerable. So thank you so much. Yeah. Here is your homework if you choose to accept it. You wake up with the sudden onset of musicality. Every instrument you pick up, you can play well and express yourself fully. You can write songs. What would your first song sing? Keep the poem under 40 lines. Bonus points if the poem has a chorus or a refrain that turns as the song or poem progresses, meaning something a little different or enhancing the theme of the song each time it comes back around. I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read it slower. And you can also take photos of it. All right. You wake up with the sudden onset of musicality. You can play instruments. Any instrument you want. You can play it well. You can express yourself fully. You can write songs. What would be the first song you sing? Keep the poem under 40 lines. Bonus points if the poem has a chorus or a refrain that turns as the song progresses, meaning something a little different or enhancing the theme of the song each time it comes back around. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before you all go, everybody who shared a poem tonight, let's line up along with your pew and let's get a group photo. So thank you.
And last call. Let me know if I can get you something.
Hey, you know closing time? You know what it's about?
Last call. So y'all get your food.
You know what it's about?
Closing time.
You know what it's about?
Oh, seriously. It's like the fuck out having a kid.
It's about his